showtime!
What up everyone, I am HAVOC and I'm back with another movie review. So this one kind of threw off my planned videos. As, you know, I stopped uploading when it came out. Oops. That seems to be the theme for this year's Oops. But anyway, just like with Godzilla Minus One, I got together with some work buddies and we went to go see the then brand spanking new Godzilla x Kong, The New Empire. Or Godzilla, Kong, Godzilla, and Kong, whatever you want to call it. And like many people have been saying, it's alright. So with this movie coming off the heels of the critically acclaimed Godzilla Minus One, it sort of made itself into a double-edged sword. On one hand, it's good they gave Minus One time to fly. On the other, it's bad they gave Minus One time to fly. It kind of doomed itself in doing so, pretty much. Because now you can't help but compare the two monster flicks. And in this case, pardon the metaphor, it is very much a David versus Godzilla moment. And in this situation, Godzilla x Kong. Godzilla x Kong definitely isn't David. Just like the biblical myth, the smaller movie is the one crushing the bigger movie. But anyway, this is starting to get confusing. So before I compare Minus One to the legendary Godzilla x Kong, let's move on. Let's talk about this film. This movie is a straight up sequel to Godzilla vs. Kong, seeing the two titans now residing in their respective territories. Godzilla is king of the surface, while Kong is king of the hollow earth. Well, sort of, but we'll get to that. And being a MonsterVerse film, there's a human plot, and a very elaborate one, to pad the movie's runtime. Because a movie of just monster fights all the time would admittedly get dull, so you need some relatable human activity in there to help with the pacing. Kind of a palate saver. But like the MonsterVerse films that came before, there's a point where it just sort of drops the ball. Especially when you find out that Chia, the deaf girl and Kong's keeper from Godzilla vs. Kong, has borderline superhuman powers in the way of telepathy, I guess? It's more like echo sensitivity, but seriously though, of all the scientific mumbo-jumbo these movies have come up with, pseudo-telepathy? That just seems lazy. Especially with the plethora of other mumbo-jumbo that's in this movie, that actually seems plausible by comparison. But anyway, we find out about an ancient titan, the Scar King, who wishes to find a way to the surface to wreak some havoc of his own using a secret, more ancient weapon, and in doing so, indirectly triggers Chia's Cerebro spells. And holy fuck, Lanky Kong's been working out.
He has no style. He has no grace.
So there we have our villain and our problem. So Kong looks to team up with Godzilla to even the playing field, and throughout the movie there are kaiju fights aplenty, which is what you come to watch these films to see and little else. Which I gotta say, some of the fights are awesome to watch, and sometimes downright hilarious.
The monkey chain! The monkey's fist! The monkey!
Particularly involving Kong's little buddy, whose name escapes me, who we meet early on in the movie. Tell me I'm not the only one who saw Kong with the axe and the little monkey and was thinking, boy. And holy fuck, speaking of little nods and references, they turned Godzilla into a goddamn Dragon Ball Z character. Not only does he have his own Super Saiyan Rosé form, but there's a part where he looks like he's gearing up for a Vegeta special.
Final Flash! Oh, how cute! He named it. Oh shit!
Tell me I'm not the only one who saw that. But anyway, all in all, what did I think of Godzilla x Kong: The New Empire? I liked it, but not nearly as much as Godzilla vs. Kong or even Godzilla King of the Monsters. I'd say this is probably the second or third weakest of the MonsterVerse films. The absolute weakest being 2014's Godzilla, because he's there for a grand total of 15 minutes. But I will say I did enjoy that movie. But you see what I'm saying. I enjoy them all for what they are. Monster fight movies first, people movies second. Just turn your brain off and enjoy the spectacle. And that is why I am giving Godzilla x Kong: The New Empire a lukewarm gallant rating of 6 out of 10. It's an alright film if you want to put it in the background or just turn your brain off and watch monsters wreck shit. But like the other movies in the MonsterVerse, it suffers from the human plot weighing it down, which I understand, because too much of a good thing can't get stale. Like I said, palate savers. But all in all, -1 handled the balance so much better. Because it's just Godzilla and the humans, but they really knew how to balance it. Anyway, folks, that's all I gotta say about this one. Shorter review, but for something like this, I ain't got much to say. So that's that. In the meantime, folks, I am Gallant Havoc. Wreak some havoc, and I'll see you next time.